This is Dr. Mario Wallace with another episode of Whiteboard Discussions. This discussion is about storytelling. So storytelling can be defined as how to effectively communicate information to an organization with the intent to increase demand in an opportunity that needs to be executed or implemented within the organization. So storytelling for director level leaders is challenging, given that over time, since they've been in that position, they've only had to communicate data in data sets to executives, such as tables like this or pie charts. And they were communicated in this manner, right? 2019, the year, 82% patient satisfaction, 15.6% readmission rate, patient returning to the hospital within 30 to 60 days, average wait time within a hospital, 36 minutes, and staff retention as a percent, 78% staff retention. And the director will continue in this way from 2019 to 2020, 2021, 2022. They will communicate all this information using numeric value and metrics to communicate with the executive. The executive wants the information that way. Again, the executive wants the information that way, but when the executive gets the information, he or she will convert that information into a narrative, into a story, and communicate that story with his or her peers and out to an organization. If they're communicating why certain changes need to happen to the organization, they're going to communicate it in a story. Although they may show this particular data set, but they're going to communicate that information out as a story. So think about Macy as a name of a person. So in 2019, Macy went through several procedures and she visited one of our critical access hospitals in Southeast Arkansas, basically Pine Bluff. Macy had a horrible experience in the hospital. In fact, within the first 60 days, she had to return back to the hospital to have the same procedure again. Her wait time was on average, so that wasn't a big factor for Macy. But one thing she noticed over the 6 months that she was going back and forth to the actual critical access hospital was that the medical team looked different every time she came. So she wasn't able to develop a full relationship with them. So in 2022, Macy returned to the critical access hospital. She had the same stellar service, but one thing that stood out to Macy was the wait time. It took her upwards of 65 or 70 minutes to actually get into the clinic. And in Macy's patient satisfaction survey, she annotated that the wait time is way different and it took them way longer to get her into the clinic. But when it came to readmission, Macy never had to return to the hospital for a procedure, to redo a procedure. And the staffing in the hospital, according to Macy, there was never a break in the continuity of care. Macy saw the same medical team year after year as she visited this critical access hospital. So hopefully they give you some type of sense of what I mean by being able to tell a story, communicate the story in a more narrative fashion than to just talk about a heavy set of data. Hopefully this was helpful information. Again, this is Dr. Mario Wallace with the Whiteboard Discussions. Peace.